Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper from the Hugging Face trending list, published on December 1st, 2025, just yesterday. It introduces a new benchmark and a detailed failure taxonomy that together show deep research agents mainly break down not on understanding the question, but on integrating evidence, verifying facts, and planning robust reasoning steps. The paper is titled, "How Far Are We from Genuinely Useful Deep Research Agents?" And as we will see later, the analysis gives a very concrete roadmap for making automated research tools genuinely reliable. Also, the author shared a GitHub repo where you get the full DEFT toolkit code, the modified FINDER benchmark, prompts and data formats, plus scripts for taxonomy creation, failure assignment, and checklist evaluation. There is also a demo notebook and environment template so you can plug in your own deep research agents. Figure 1 contrasts a loose, answer-only task with a tightly specified research assignment that comes with explicit grading criteria. The top DRB panel shows a short, vague query about how wealthy governments invest, which mainly elicits a brief explanation-style response. The lower Finder panel rewrites this into a detailed request for a 15,000-word financial report that stresses logic, evidence, and recent data. At the bottom, the checklist lists concrete items that evaluators can tick off, so report quality becomes measurable and reproducible. Figure 2 explains how the failure taxonomy actually gets built, combining several language models with human experts, so the final categories are systematic rather than ad hoc. The left side shows language models that read execution records, write failure analysis reports, and populate a shared codebook of concepts. The middle region refines that codebook, where low-frequency or overlapping codes are merged so the list stays clean. On the right, human experts test intercoder reliability, then discuss, refine, and finally annotate cases. Along the bottom, the three levels show how raw conceptual categories are distilled into axial categories and then into a compact set of core failure types. Figure 3 maps where different kinds of failures happen along a research agent's workflow, so you can see which stage tends to break. The top reasoning band covers early stage issues, like misunderstanding user requirements, which already account for a notable share of problems. The middle retrieval band captures mid-stage failures, dominated by missing or poorly verified information. The bottom generation band highlights late-stage breakdowns, where strategic content fabrication alone takes the largest slice of all failures. Table 1 compares how different deep research agents perform on report quality, factual accuracy, fine-grained failure scores, and checklist completion. The upper block shows proprietary systems, where Gemini 2.5 Pro leads on overall race quality, while O3 Deep Research dominates the fact metrics for citations. The middle block lists open-source models, where WebThinker has the best structured reports, but AFM achieves the strongest factual score. The lower block covers agent frameworks, and here MiroFlow in English stands out with the highest checklist pass rate, which signals more consistently complete reports. Figure 4 compares the same agents on the original Deep Research bench and the stricter Finder benchmark, showing how scores shift when evaluation demands stronger factual grounding. The left panel shows that overall race quality stays fairly similar across the two setups, so relative fluency and structure barely change. The middle panel shows citation accuracy dropping sharply under Finder, which signals tougher checks on whether a cited source really supports each claim. The right panel shows effective citation counts also falling for most systems, except OpenAI Deep Research, which manages a small gain despite the harder regime. Alright, wrapping up, two takeaways stand out. Deep research agents mostly fail at gathering, checking, and weaving evidence into stable reasoning, and structured tools like Finder and the DEF taxonomy finally let us measure those weaknesses instead of guessing. That roadmap matters for anyone who wants trustworthy, automated research. That is it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I am Alex. Thanks for listening.